Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough week for me and obviously a huge number of people who were touched by Jackie. She's been a long-time friend, number one, a friend and a mentor as well. And I mean, probably the biggest takeaway I always got from Jack was to get the very best out of yourself. I mean, there are so many things in life and triathlon that we can't control. And I mean, if you can start anything and really just walk away knowing that you did the best job you could do on that day, you can be happy with it. And sometimes that means a win like today, which I'm very pleased with, and sometimes it doesn't, but that's life. And I feel like that bit of advice is something that I'll carry with me throughout whatever I do in life. And I think it's a message that's really important for young athletes. All too often we see athletes struggling with either the end of their athletic career or during, and athletes are naturally high achievers and perfectionists and are very tough on themselves. And you know, if you can get the best out of yourself, you really can't be disappointed. And I really would like to see something good come out of Jackie's passing, and I mean, hopefully something does. I got off the bike and I did feel, I thought maybe it's because I haven't raced very much. And I kind of thought, oh my gosh, that's like a long 90 Ks. Now I've got to do a half marathon. So I did think that for a brief second, but then I felt like I got my running legs, and I knew there were some really good athletes behind, so I wasn't quite sure. But I didn't seem to feel like I died or faded too much, and yeah, so I guess I was happy. I definitely, after going to Kona to have a look, realised I want to do Ironman, so I'm going to try Ironman Melbourne. I guess it is kind of the start of the season, but I haven't really gone crazy with the training with this race because it would just be too early to start really being specific. But I'll do 2 more races before the end of the year and have, and then take December fairly low key.
Yeah, definitely. I know Anya very well, and I knew she's a very solid, strong bike rider. But I knew her run, it's probably not quite there, so I wasn't really worried. I thought 3 minutes, that's the max I give her. I was more worried about Annabel. Tried to catch up, couldn't really catch up, but I was always 30 seconds behind her, so yeah, I was happy with that. And I had a look at my Garmin, and I think I rode pretty strong today, stronger than I did the race before, so happy with that. I started behind her, and it took me maybe 5-6K to catch her, no, maybe even 7-8K to catch her. And then I was kind of bit searching, what can I do, how hard can I go, and I tried to drop her, and I reckon I shouldn't do that. I just totally blow myself to part.
You had confidence in your run from Noosa last weekend.
Yeah, I'm a short course distance racer. I can do that. So I got a tiny bit faster. She was hanging on, like, yeah, just keep pushing. And I felt like instantly, like, oh no, I can't do it. It's too hard. So went back a bit slower and I did it again. I reckon that surge 2-3 times. That took a lot of energy out of me, and that's, yeah. And then she dropped me pretty much quick and left me behind. So yeah, it's a huge race. It's a very important race for Australia. And when I saw it on schedule, I was sure I want to be a part of it. And being second Aussie, it's pretty good.
I might talk to Nikki about that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes racing just so much more exciting. And I like to race hard and challenge myself, and I only can do that with all the strong girls around me. So big congrats to everyone today. It was a great race to see top 4 in less than 1 minute or less than 2 minutes crossing the finish line. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Really up and down, you know, like I have moments where I just kind of get on with it and it's like nothing's happened, and then I have other moments where I'm just very upset, obviously. You know, I honestly think she's at peace now, and maybe this is, I don't think you can ever say it's for the better, but I feel like she's at peace. I just wish I had spoken to her one more time. Yeah. She always taught us, everyone, that she had any influence on. Once you get to the race, there's nothing you can change, right? You've got what you've got. do the best with what you've got on the day. And I was thinking that the whole time, you know, like have my best swim, my best bike, my best run, whatever place I get. That's what I was trying to fill my mind with the whole time. And in a 4 hour and whatever minute that we ended up racing, I only lost it for 5 minutes on that third stretch. So I'm pretty proud of that. That was, I had to use a lot of self-control to not let my wine wander today. Because I was doing the numbers that I was saying 20 months since my last start, but I didn't finish that race. And then 2.5 years since my last race I finished. And it's been 3 years since my last race that I won. And I mean, that's a long time, right? But for me, because Ty's been racing and I've been pregnant, had a newborn, you know, that time, it feels like I raced a month ago. I mean, obviously, physically, I can tell I'm not, like, in top form, but triathlon's been other than my kids, it's my life since 1997. And it's not like when I'm pregnant and have a newborn that I go and do something totally different, because I'm always following Tyler around. So it's like, I felt like I never left.
It took me a long time. Yeah, it was painful. I felt just like my legs weren't responding, and you know, I'm kind of not used to that because they've been pretty reliable for me this year, and they just weren't firing anywhere near 70.3 pace and not even Ironman pace, so it was a bit demoralising seeing most of the field come past me, but I always figure you know, the race isn't over till it's over, and I figured that given I hadn't ridden very well, there was a chance I would have a good run, so I kind of approached it that way once I got off the bike, which took a little while. Yeah, I think like initially I was, you know, there was a race going on ahead of me between the top four, and Mel held it. I thought it was a top five, so at that point I wasn't sure how. You know, I knew that Beck and Maureen Hoof, I think, were ahead, and I thought, okay, they're the people to aim for and try and catch them. And I caught Hoof, and then I caught Beck, and so it kind of was, you know, you have to like change your expectations when a race hasn't gone quite how you wanted it to. So like, I'm sorry to hear that Mel had to pull out because you know, she was kind of in the mix there, but I guess it's something to do with the injury that she had. But for me, I guess it meant I got 5th place off what was really a subpar performance. So yeah, I'm, you know, given how the day played out, that's okay. So I really have done very little since Kona, apart from fly over here, and that was a big, you know, that was a big journey, and you know, my bike was damaged, so I didn't really get much time on the time trial bike this week. So now my bike's in one piece, and you know, there's nothing like a bad performance to motivate you going into the next race, and so I'm going to make sure that I don't ride like that in Bahrain, basically. So.